Hey everyone, welcome to the Costume Jewelry Chronicles with Lynn and Kari. Each episode we will feature a new vintage costume jewelry designer and talk a little bit about jewelry reselling. We hope you enjoy. Why is it not working? There we go. Okay, so we're talking Florenza jewelry today, and we are going to discuss the history, and we're going to show you some samples and materials and features of the designer. And then we're going to cover some of the marks that they used, and we're going to search values on eBay when we're done. So Dan Kassoff is the American jewelry designer for Florenza, which was introduced in 1948. And he has a kind of a cute little story that that goes with him. The story goes that Dan was in a restaurant and his coat was stolen, and a man named Mr. Spire saw how upset he was and gave him enough money to buy a new coat. So Dan was very grateful to this guy, and he returned his money to Mr. Spire the next day. Mr. Spire was so impressed with Dan's integrity that he offered him a job at the jewelry company he owned, and Dan accepted it. So he learned all of his jewelry, or he learned about the jewelry business for the next 10 years. And Dan Kassoff decided to launch his own company in the 1930s, but he didn't start making jewelry with the Florenza name until 1948. He started his company in New York City, and he was aiming to blend like European design with American tastes. Dan Kassoff was led by Dan and his son Larry. They manufactured jewelry designs for Weiss, Coro, Capri, Carnegie, and Kramer, as well as various designers' perfume containers like Estee Lauder and Revlon, and lipstick caddies, among other vanity items. And after World War II, they were growing in demand for affordable yet stylish jewelry, and Florenza filled that niche by offering beautifully crafted pieces that could be enjoyed by a wide audience. All of Florenza jewelry was sold to wholesalers, who in turn sold them to retailers. There's a lot of manufacturers in the United States back in that time frame. So in the 1950s and 60s is when jewelry exploded. Florenza gained popularity through this time and a period marked by a flourishing of vintage and costume jewelry. The brand's designs were celebrated for their sophistication and unique combination of materials. In 1981, they ceased the operations because Larry was in an accident and he couldn't continue. So he did, however, continue to collect pictures and write down information that he remembered about each piece. And I would love to know to this day if that information is available out there somewhere that we have access to. The name Fabulous Florenza stuck with them because of their distinctive look. When you look at many of the Florenza pieces, you'll begin to see the uniqueness of the brand and similarities among the pieces. So let's take a look at some of the pieces here. Notice the similarity of the pieces, and they all have a general style. I did put together a video. I think I'm just going to wait till the end to play that, of some of the pieces that I have, that you can kind of compare the style. So they used exclusive finishes like the Florenza gold, French rose, and the French white, like on the bracelet. And they used stones from Austria, Germany, and the Orient, as well as faux opals, art glass pieces, and many different types of rhinestones. Another thing they were known for is their Wedgwood mocha cameos that were mounted in 24-karat gold-plated settings. They also designed hand-carved shell cameos, which you'll see here. And another known brooch for Florenza is the cheetah with this dangled tail, as you see here. Maltese crosses were popular with Florenza, and we'll take a look at several of them on eBay later. Here's some more. You can see the back on the one. It's kind of a ribbed design. Some of the materials they used included faux pearls, AB rhinestones, and specialty rhinestones. Now, if you're familiar with jewelry at all, you'll know that AB rhinestones weren't invented until 1955 and were in production after that by Swarovski. So if you see a piece of jewelry with this AB rhinestone coating, like these blue ones here in the middle, and these over here, they've got an iridescent coating to them. Aurora borealis is what they call it. They used faux opals, turquoise, and jade. They used cabochons, which are a rounded rhinestone, not faceted. They used shell and enamel. So some of the features of Florenza jewelry, they had a vintage aesthetic to them. They pulled from earlier times, like these look Victorian to me. So Florenza is known for its vintage inspired designs, often reminiscent of styles from the early mid 20th century. This includes intricate detailing and a classic elegant look, like in this set here on the right. They used high quality materials. The pieces would often feature things such as sterling silver, which I didn't know until I researched. I don't think you'll see a lot of that though. And faux pearls and a variety of colorful glass stones, like the ones on the upper right are my absolute favorite, and how they combine the colors of the stones to all coordinate so nicely. Although the brand is not known for its precious gems, the materials used are chosen for their beauty and durability. They had intricate craftsmanship, so they're celebrated for their meticulous craftsmanship. Many pieces showcase elaborate designs with detailed metalwork, like on this necklace, often incorporating intricate filigree and hammered designs. And they did repoussé, which is hammered designs into the backside of the metal. Their design was fabulous. Look at the styles of the stones that they chose in combination with the faux turquoise, and like the red and green is a great, almost looks like a Christmas set or a fall set. Their design quality was fabulous, and it was versatile. It could be dressed down or it could be dressed up. They also did a lot of Art Deco influence. They used a lot of geometric patterns, bold lines, and glamorous streamline aesthetic, as well as Victorian and Renaissance designs. They had unique combinations, and trying to find, like the one on the bottom right, these are called baby tooth pearls, and they use lava rocks with that, which is, in my opinion, kind of an odd but different choice to combine stones, but they did a lot of that. They used mesh, as you'll see on the bracelet, with a cameo, a lot of different types of combinations, and it gave them that distinctive look. Now the backs, most of the pieces that I've seen are textured, although you will see some that are smooth. But a majority of them are textured. Now we're going to cover some of the marks. They didn't have a whole lot of marks, like say coral had like 50,000 of them. Florenza did just a couple different styles. They actually say that they had 4 different styles, and some of these I have never even seen and can't even find, but they used just Florenza This was a straightforward mark often found on pieces made from 1955 to the early 1980s. The names usually in script or block letters. They used Florenza with a stylized F. Some pieces feature a unique design where the F is stylized or incorporated into the overall design. And the third way was Florenza with a copyright symbol, and that's the most common one that I've seen. And they used that in the 1960s to the 80s. And it's mostly block letter, straightforward, easy to read. And on the right, I've noticed some pieces that are kind of swirled around the copyright symbol. These are all the 1960s to 80s. And then the last one was Florenza with Made in the USA. And I can't even find this mark anywhere, but I read that they have that out there. So that is pretty much it. They are a great collectible brand, and people do seek these, and there is a need for them. They don't have a tremendous high value, but there are some pieces we need to keep an eye out for, and I think we can jump over to eBay Solds and take a look at that.
So I thought I would just show you some of the pieces that I have in stock at the moment and just look at them a little closer. We have a set of earrings here that are just visually aesthetic. See the lovely little flowers? It looks like transfer wear on a intricately detailed gold setting, and the stamp is clearly marked on the back here. It says Florenza. It's very easy to read. Has a copyright symbol, so this is after 1955, and a clip clasp. And here we have another pair of earrings. This one's lovely. I believe they go this way. And it's got a watermelon rhinestone in it, and 2 AB rhinestones, and another marquee shaped, looks like kind of a brown, kind of a clear and brown, maybe a smoky color rhinestone, and some little other detailed rhinestones on a gold setting with a clip back. And I have this one open to show you the mark on it. Again, it's clearly marked Florenza with a copyright symbol. You can see the rhinestones are open, but they are foil backed, so you can't see through them. But these are some lovely rhinestone earrings. And here we have a cameo. When I think of Florenza, I do think of the cameos because they do produce a lot of these. It looks a lot like shell, but I believe it's resin. But look at the setting that it's in. They do use a lot of filigree settings, very detailed metal work, and a row of pearls around. They're known for using pearls. Let me turn it over and show you the back. Again, it's clearly marked Florenza. And just look at the detail on the back side yet. It does have a bar going across underneath the clasp, the little round rivet type. Yeah, it is riveted on, and it has a little pendant hook. So it has a lot of options. You can hang it on a necklace or use it as a brooch, which is really nice. Here's another brooch, but this one's quite different. It has this tortoise shell glass bead in the center of intricately detailed gold setting in an oval shape. But of course they don't just have this glass plane on the top. They have it etched with this almost like a geometric design. And on the back, again, they have the little, like it's almost like a little double hook that you can hang a necklace on. And this one is soldered on each end, the clasp is. And it's clearly marked on the bottom with Florenza and the copyright symbol. Made after 1955. Here we have a nice piece. This one is a locket, a photo locket. You can put 2 pictures in it. It is etched on the front with and stamped with my thumbprint now. And it has this lovely little heart filigree design all the way around it with little turquoise beads or faux turquoise beads, little black beads, or maybe they're red. They're red. They're known a lot to use their little faux turquoise beads. They're actually seed beads. And look at the detail work. Lots of filigree metal work they use. And clearly marked on the back with Florenza. It's got a separate little dangle to give it an extra nice, kind of a nice character to it by hanging the bottom piece to it. And the clasp is soldered at 2 points on this one. Lovely piece. And it has kind of a dome shape. It does kind of arch upwards. And these are very unique for Florenza. They're two scatter pins that look exactly alike with a rhinestone eye. And you can see the scales of the fish. It's very intricately detailed. And it says Florenza on the back. A couple of scatter pins. So overall, if you look at these pieces, you can see that they are all intricately made. They kind of have a similar look to them, except the fish. The fish are slightly different, but you can see that they have a lot of metal work, detailed metal work. They use high quality materials and colorful glass stones where they're not afraid to mix different stones. And yet they do transfer wear of flowers, but still the outside frames are all very similar. That gives it a distinct Florenza look.
I've had that
Hey,
tortoiseshell one and I threw it away because I thought it was broken.
really?
I thought those bumps was like the thing bubbled up or something. I won't
Well,
do that
now
again.
you won't throw the next one away. Do
Lorenzo
you
seed pearls drive me crazy because they fall out all over.
do you want to do the eBay solds,
I'm pretty
or do you
well
want me
versed
to?
at doing that. I can jump in and do it. I'm used to doing that. I did pull up. I do have my Forenza doesn't ever last very long in my store. It seems to be a pretty good midline people buy it. And if you find an unusual piece of it, it'll usually go pretty quick. Especially those like festoon type necklaces, they go really well, and the lava rocks don't last long. I'm not really a keyword person. I don't use a lot of them in my titles. However, that is one that if you get those specialty stones that only certain makers made, and they call them something, then absolutely use those keywords like the lava rocks and like I showed a dinosaur egg one the other day. Um, Juliana's got Easter egg stones, so those are very good keywords to use.
The the watermelon,
Watermelon
that was another
Rivoli's.
one.
I just like to call them watermelon Rivoli because I think together it makes it sound good, and then it makes me think about eating. I think this is like the only piece of Florence I have left in my store right now.
That's beautiful. That's
It's
got
got the
them
little
pretty
molded stones.
tulip. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I've had a few $70 offers, and I'll probably end up taking it, but I hadn't had it up all that long, so figured I'd shoot really high because people like those little molded. I found this
Mm-hmm.
in a jewelry case for $1.50 at the flea market. It's the same guy that just doesn't sell
Wow.
jewelry, but he picks up the best stuff. Well, I'll be like, what do you, I don't know. So happy to help him out, I guess. Let's see what we're doing for Florenza. I like the brooches, so let's look at those first. And I'll have to do minus lots because,
Look at that. Yours popped up first.
well, good, it should. Buy that one. You go down to sold. Well, that is a unique
Off
one
your
that's
screen.
first.
Your screen's not showing. Oh, never mind.
Um,
It clicked off. Never
oh,
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
okay. Hey, that's because Meg knows me. It knows sometimes I'll just keep talking and I won't know my screen's not showing, so she knows I appreciate it if somebody says something. Um, that very first one is really cool, and I don't think I've seen it before. That is a very cool, rare
Wow, that is
vintage.
gorgeous.
Alexandrite, rhinestone intaglio, cameo, Maltese cross brooch. It's got a lot going on in it. I've never seen that one in person.
I love Alexandrite. That is like one of my favorite stones. It changes colors from like
You had
purple
a
to
bracelet.
blue.
You had a really cool bracelet that was made out of that, didn't you? Wasn't that really neat bracelet that you
Yes.
picked? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that is a heck of a good sold price. And I didn't even sort them high to low. That was just what came up. So good for us. I love to sort high to low. I like to see the cool things that we can find and the big bolos, basically. Sometimes it's not always super, super accurate, or I guess, but as far as like what you're gonna find laying around everywhere, but I just enjoy seeing them because it's neat. And that one was top of the game. So see, like this one to me isn't even all that rare. I don't know that I would have known to put that kind of price on that set, but it's got that beautiful blue. It says sapphire mesh. I don't think those are probably sapphires. But look, it's two
Oh,
sets, right?
no, they didn't use gemstones.
But look, isn't it two sets? Look at this and then look at that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hmm.
Rare Florenza. And sapphire mesh brooch. Cross
But
earrings and
then
brooch.
another ear,
I
but
don't
then
know.
another brooch.
That is
What they
Saying
did,
all
confusing.
that, or
What's
they're going to
the
get an INAD.
they know what they
what's the
did. They were taking pictures and they left one in from the previous item they sold, I bet you, because that
No,
one
it says brooch set and mesh brooch, so it is all of them. But
oh, all
if
three.
I was them, I would have put everything in that first picture because
Exactly.
yes.
I've had happen what Suzanne said though to me before. Look, see, there's another one. This is a skeleton key brooch. Sometimes
I
these
was
surprise
seeing this
me.
one. I see this pull up a lot. I've never seen one in real life. It'd be nice.
I haven't either, but if I saw it, I certainly wouldn't go, wow, that's $300. I mean, I would now, but I wouldn't have
Exactly.
before.
Oh, that's the
That's why I
Cajun
do.
Roots reseller.
This is why I do this, because every time you go to search your brands, you're going to see different ones pop up on the highest, different ones you've never seen before. This one's beautiful. We see lots of Florenza Maltese crosses. They are just a hey, that one's mine. We see lots of the more unique the stone is, whether it's stippled or whether it's striped or whether it's if it's got those or if it's molded into the tulip shape, it just brings more value usually because it's unique and you don't see it everywhere. Most of the Maltese crosses, not all, but they have that finish that almost looks brassy a little bit. It's not brass, but I mean, it's not it's not always bright gold and it's not always bright silver. It's sometimes that weird in between color. That's a really nice one. I think prices in some Florenza has gone up, and I believe that the lower end part has actually gone down a little bit. I feel like you can find $20, $30 Florenzas now, but some of the high-end ones, seem to hang up there.
I agree. I think a lot of the Maltese crosses are the higher priced ones.
Yeah, and see, I think even a year ago, I think most of them hung in that $50 range, but now we're seeing some, hit $100, $200. This one's even missing half its pearls, but see how unique those stones are, that they're like I don't know if they're not a give ray, but they're just unique. And the pictures are not great either. Sorry if somebody's in here that they're your pictures, but good work on those. Like something like that, I want it to fill up the whole screen. Kind of like this, except clear. But very cool. I haven't seen this one either, I don't think. That green. I have gotten these. I didn't have the whole set, but I have noticed that Forenza stick pins bring better money overall than a lot of the other stick pins, and they're bigger. Like they have really big ones. They're almost like big hat pins. They're not like the
Them and
tiny.
Miriam Pascal, them
Mhm.
two have the best stick pins.
Yep, because lots of stick pins are like I throw them in a lot, but Florenza, you can sell those on their own. And lots of times the stick pins do have a crown on top. I don't know if if that's a thing, but I've noticed they'll have that crown on top for Florenza. Florenza definitely tried to emulate the whole Victorian look, the definitely the little sea beads. You'll see these mesh, they're like heraldic type of scenery. There's another Maltese cross set. This Maltese cross set a year ago would not have brought that kind of money, in my opinion. So we are seeing those Maltese cross sets go up in value some. If you have a dark colored item like this, if we set it on a light background, it'd really make it pop. But it's a nice set. People can see that's a good set. Florenza is very well constructed. As much as I hate their little sea beads popping out at me, I will say that their construction overall is very good. This lady sells a lot too. But it reminds me of a watch fob. It's one, the mesh watch chain watch. I don't know what the heck we call it. Pocket watch things. It reminds me of that. But anytime you see this design with Florenza, it's decent price, and everybody loves blue or green, sometimes red. And these, I have had one set of these, but mine was missing a bunch of stones, so I did not get this price. But I don't know that I knew enough to call it a starfish either, but it was just a big, yeah, maybe I did, star. And this one's got some great colors. It's got the green, the purple, a little bit of blue. People love those colors. So really good. Mine was missing a lot of stones, so I think I only got like 50 bucks out of mine. But nice color palette. And then anytime you can throw the earrings in on a name brand set, it's gonna, or a name brand brooch, it helps with value. So this looks like a regular old enamel frog, but he's a $100 frog.
Is he sterling?
It kind of surprised me if he was, but maybe this is one of those. I'd be surprised if he was.
Yeah.
This is why we don't just automatically sell similar off other people's listings. There's another Maltese cross. Here's a beautiful fleur-de-lis brooch and earring set. That's got all the right
That
colors.
is gorgeous.
If you're hanging on to any sets that look like this color palette here, go add the word fall to them. I redid some listings the other day that was orange and brown, those kind of colors, and I added fall early on in the title, and I've sold like 3 or 4 of them already. So add that word fall in there. People are looking for that fall color palette. Yeah, these Maltese crosses are definitely holding their value, going up in value. This set here would have brought more money if they would have either priced it more or individually. I create jewelry sins by breaking up sets all the time if that's going to make me more money. There's another one of those stick pins. A stick pin in a different brand would not bring $100, most brands, but yeah, Haskell and these will. These definitely have really defined, I bet it's glass even. Let's see what the bracelets look like. I love a good Florenza rhinestone bracelet. Of course, they're usually missing stones, but they still sell usually. Lynn is handier than me and she'll fix things. I don't. I just throw it up without stones.
You have to
So-
put the negative right before the
I see that.
L.
Well, I gotta be smarter than my keyboard. I also need new glasses because I'm getting older and don't see very well. So if you see a big chunky, there's one. Like a big chunky Florenza bracelet, let alone if it's in a set. This one's even got the paper tag on it. It's got some really cool, look at those stones. Almost looks like it wants to look like a moss agate or something. Pretty colors. Very nice. That's a nice set. There's like the dragon breath stones. I doubt it's actually dragon's breath, but they look like it. I'm trying to find one that has a good picture. Oh yeah. Telling you, acorns. Acorns all the way. I'm team acorn lately. I think I thought this was mine. It's not mine, but I sold one just like it not very long ago. This one like really looks cheap in person. So just to know that, hey, Florenza acorn. Here's a nice one with the earrings and the rhinestone bracelet. Beautiful. Those have a strange shaped stone. I'm not even sure what color, what we would call that stone, but it's unique. It was on auction for 150. Probably pretty close. I might have priced this at like 175 and saw what happens. Very nice. I think it's missing a few stones too. There is, this has got multiple things going for it. It's Florenza and it's a charm bracelet. Charm bracelets are pretty hot right now. And astrology is really hot right now. So zodiac stuff, even if I know it's only like a $20 necklace, I put it up and I make sure I use the zodiac signs and stuff and they sell really quick. So I love listing zodiac stuff because it sells so quick. See if there's any cool necklaces out there right now. No Florenza necklace. Oh, I put an S on it. See how picky eBay searches are anymore? Oh, look at that pink. Look at that Hobe bracelet. See that?
Yeah, don't talk about Hobei right now.
Oh, wasn't that
That's
one of
the
your
return.
fun returns?
That's the one that he didn't return anything in.
Nice.
And eBay just refunded him his money this morning.
Nice. Yeah, it does look like saffron, but I think it's more of a saffron glass, probably. Right? Isn't that what you?
Yeah, that doesn't look like saffron.
I don't think so either. I think maybe they meant to say iridescent.
Well, it's really hard to
Right.
that one.
So this light does, because see that blue?
Uh-huh.
The other pictures it didn't. So it might be saffron glass. Kind of pretty. The other pictures didn't do it justice.
If you find anything with saffron in it, it's going to go for good money.
Yep. And when you see it, like, you'll know, like, it's so pretty. Catches the
It's
light.
kind of like frosted over, like it
Mhm.
has a hazy look to it.
Those are very unique the way it's curled over. Whenever you have a unique jewelry piece, try to take it from those angles that show off. Because straight from up above, you can't see it as good that it's got cool shaped stones. That also would be great to throw the word fall on right now. I
It's
don't
still
wait to
sold
list
for
things.
$230.
Yeah, it was a good price. I don't wait to list things, but I don't mind going and altering according to the season to say, hey, this is fall. Could be fall. Blue melon glass. These are those melon shaped stones. Again, unique stones. I'd put in more 2 pictures, but she sells a whole lot of jewelry, so who am I to say? A lot of jewelry. There is I would have used the word festoon in this title, right? Would you?
Yes.
There's a very nice festoon necklace. Very nice colors show up, although they look totally different depending on. Very nice. I think this might be the one you used. It's really close if it's not. Very
Yeah,
nice
it's
necklace.
similar.
Mm-hmm. They're all kind of similar. There's certain styles in Florenza that you just know is a Florenza because they look pretty much all the same. Hey, look, this person needs to come buy my brooch because it would go really nice with that set. Peacock glass flowers carved. They really have that color popping in their picture.
Yes, that's what you need to do is take close-up pictures like that of them.
Yeah, and even if sometimes I used to be afraid to do that, like the really close-up ones like this, because I'd be afraid, you can see a little bit of wear on the iridescent color or whatever. And that's okay because collectors know that it's going to have that. They want to see the true pictures of what it is. And I'd much rather accurately show what it is, what they're going to be getting. Here's a very chunky bracelet. I think it's a bracelet. No, it's a necklace. It's a perur set. So it's the bracelet and the necklace and the earrings. So if I had the brooch, then it'd be a grand Peru, right? If I had the brooch.
Yeah, if it had one.
Yep. Wonder how many people search by Peru or in eBay. Wonder if that's a word people search by.
I'm sure it is. I'll find out here.
If it is, I should probably use it more because I don't think I use it at all. I mean, I know what it means. I just don't use it.
But a lot of them you don't know if it's all the pieces because
That's right.
per year is all of them. 1,900 searches a month.
Look at this horse. I've never seen this horse. Florenza horse.
Mm-mm.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, before we wrap up, I'm going to show earrings, which is Lynn's favorite thing to sell.
Not.
I love selling a good pair of clip-on earrings. They're easy. Easy to list, easy to clean up, easy to sell for 30 bucks. Hey, those are easy to sell for 125. I would have missed
So
that.
we know why Kari likes to sell them. Why does Lynn not like to sell them?
For the reason
It
that you would
seems like
think I would want to sell them.
Seems like every time I get them on my photo box and I clip them onto my little earring holder, the back's too loose, and then I got to mess with them, pinch them tighter. It just seems like it's so time consuming. And also then I start looking when all the lights are on it, I can see all the little details of it that are dirty and gross and disgusting. And then I got to go clean them. So all of that takes time.
Good to know. Thank you.
That's a nice set. Little tassel brooch with the earrings. Real nice and clean on the back. There's the dragon's breath ones that they're talking about. All that crackly glass, that, art lava glass or whatever you want to call it, is always so pretty. And then
It's
you've got the
confetti
almost
and
like
giveaway.
the giveaway is because it's got two distinct colors going together here. We're going to use that as a topic or part of a topic one week because giveaway and that porphyry glass get confused sometimes. And if you know the right words and you're selling to collectors, sometimes that'll give you just what you need to make you above your competition. Look at that set. In my opinion, that's worth more than 100 bucks or whatever offer they took. They're a new seller though, so they've had some
Pretty interesting, simple title.
maybe they were looking at my listings with my little simple titles. Vintage rhinestone brooch. There we go. We're done. That brooch sells really well all by itself. And it was called something when I looked it up when I sold it. I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, she sells quite a bit of jewelry and she always only has 2 pictures. I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying it's interesting that she sells so much jewelry with 2 pictures all the time. There's that faux turquoise color stone that they see a lot in Florenza. It's always got that like crackling look through it. And it's a fantastic Florenza. It's not just a Florenza, it's a fantastic Florenza. That was probably it. I tipped it over. Let's see if there's any other ones that pop out. Otherwise, I'd say that that's a pretty good representation of. You do find I don't sell the Florenza cameos very well. I don't even pick them up when I do. I personally do not have very good luck with them. I've had this brooch. In fact, I think I have this brooch right now to list. And it's it strikes me as one of the newer ones. I have it. It's not as well sturdy constructed. I think I'm missing a few of the stones too. but it's like trying to capture that, when the enamel flower phrase. Does anybody have any jewelry questions today for us? I should have put something in the Facebook, but hey, jewelry calls coming on, and I didn't because I was bad. I'm still getting used to my new schedule. Hey Meg, what's going on with you in your jewelry world today?
Nothing too exciting. Got a Joan Rivers cool Maltese cross I just listed for $90 and nothing Florenza though. I will say the Cheeto one has gone way down in value because they've done a lot of reproductions of it. So if you search for it, it's like a ton of unsigned ones, and yeah, so it's disappointing when I got that, but yeah.
Jessica sold a bracelet that she'd had listed. She was, we worked on a few of her listings the other day, and she sold a bracelet, so that was exciting today. She told me that earlier.
Oh, okay. Yes. That was a San John bracelet. And I picked it up because I remember, I don't know, long time ago maybe, that you were talking about the chunky bracelets.
Mhm.
So it sold for I think $60 and I had it for 70 something.
Awesome.
So yeah. But thank you.
Good job. It gets to be more fun when things start selling. I mean, like I used to feel like, wow, this is not great. You know what's been selling? It's not for great money, but like JJ brooches have been selling really well for me lately. Not for, not for like a huge price, but like pretty steady, 20, $30, and more on the $30 side than it ever used to. Like just the simple JJ brooches. I noticed when I was searching my solds the other day, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of JJ brooches in here. And I put some more up that I was going to throw in a lot, and they all sold. Oh, Suzanne's going to bless us with some of her beautiful jewelry. Hang on, let me spotlight you, Suzanne. You are a worth a good spotlight.
Well, I wanted you to see this. This is not old, but it's 2000s. Betsy Johnson, and I guess I sold it too cheap. I listed it, and within 2 minutes, I had it listed for $94. And since I'm going on vacation and I'm going to go on close down today, I said, well, she said $80, and I figured up, okay, that's 10%. So then I had a 5% coupon going. It was 80 or something like that. And then I thought if I didn't do it that way, it was $4 more than I would have gotten without it. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. So anyway, it's a gorgeous necklace. I probably wore it one time. I've been putting up, and then I'm asking myself, the other thing I wanted to show you about this is look at the dome on this thing.
And look at how the stones are like have the swirly in it for the flower.
And look, this is like a violet rose.
Mhm.
And then it has
Are them uranium?
you know what? I didn't check that. Look at this. Look at the bee. I think that's a bee.
Wow, that is a bee, I think.
Has a little rose on the bottom of it. I mean, it's just a fabulous, fabulous necklace. And, I just said, okay, I'd like to wear vintage rather than I like to wear Betsy Johnson. Although I'm saying to myself, well, are these going to be worth, in another 10 years? But then I thought, no, because these are faked so much, and
They are.
There's so many of them. It's not like something that like Juliana where there's not that many. This is like, anyway,
Though,
I sold it.
I love selling some of the newer stuff too. And even though I'm usually vintage all the way, but I do love selling me some Heidi Doss and Nolan Miller once in a while, and Joan Rivers. And the older Betsy Johnson like that was really well constructed and was really good. The newer stuff I don't like at all. But that stuff, she made some really nice statement necklaces.
Yeah.
And bracelets.
And I've sold probably not as nice as this, but a couple other ones with bugs and flowers. I've sold probably 4 or 5 this week. So I can't complain about it. As soon as I put it up, and it's different people buying them. And here's the smart thing I did. I put it up for 2% on the promotion. I figured if I'm not going to make very much money on it, I'm going to make it. If they said if they're going to buy it right away, I'm going to try it on 2%. And sure enough, it went right up and somebody bought it. So I'm going to try that, and then I'll up when they don't sell it, when I get back from vacation, then I can up the promotion rate.
Well, when we sell things that have name brands that are saved in a lot of people's search notifications, I think that helps a lot. You know, like people have Betsy Johnson saved and Heidi Doss, and they have some of those names saved, and so they get notified as soon as you list it. And sometimes we have things sell right away, and that doesn't always mean you undersold it. Sometimes it just means people are jumping on it because they know it's going to go quick, and they have it saved.
And then I wonder if somebody was buying that from China, although it didn't go to a foreign label. I just wonder, is somebody buying that so they can make a fake out of it? You know, that worries
Well,
me.
if it went to Delaware, or is South Carolina now one of the freight forwarder hubs? Because I have a lot of, I think, freight forwarder things going to South Carolina now, and I didn't used to have them going to
did
South
too.
Carolina.
I've had a lot of sales going there too. I thought that was strange. But you know, I'm looking up Betsy Johnson necklace right now, and they're not really going all that high. Like there's several of them that sold for
Yeah.
$20 that are
Yeah.
and $26 that are fuller, not as pretty as yours.
I know, I
So
checked the
maybe that is a
prices.
pretty good.
Yeah, but they were new though. I looked at those, Lynn, when I compared it, and I think those are new ones. And I mean, I know these are from the early 2000s because I bought them when I was working, and then all of a sudden I had to stop work, and then that's why I only wore them a couple times. And so I said, let me just see if there's anything that I can do to get that, price. I thought, well, it won't hurt to try. And I've
Yeah,
been,
definitely price high. You can always come down.
yep, exactly.
That's awesome. And I sold some of the cheap, like new ones this weekend. Like 2 out of 3 I listed and they sold in like a few hours. And one of them, it was like this rhinestone, like football shaped ring on the top was like the football. And it sold on all 3 platforms within minutes of each other that I had to cancel Posh and Macari. So the cheap stuff goes too, just for a lot less.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, well,
That's
let
awesome.
me just put them up there.
My favorite Betsy Johnson I ever sold was a big farm scene, and I sold it for like $120. It was
Well,
really cool though.
I've got one that has a rooster and a lamb in it, and it's fall colors. And I
Well,
bought,
price it up because I think I
no,
got
no,
120
no,
bucks for
I'm not
mine.
selling it. That's one that
No.
I'm going to keep. You know why? It has, like, I think there were 3 necklaces, and I bought all 3 of them, and I wear all 3 of them like layered. One is massive, and the other ones are like chains, and I love wearing them together. So I can't sell those because I really like it. It's fun.
Suzanne, I thought you were going to say because I think of my friend Carrie when I wear my lamb jewelry.
Well, I do, and that's the reason I brought it up because I want you to know lambs were right on there.
Yes, I don't have any lamb jewelry. Did you have anything else today, Lynn? I think we did pretty good for our very first one. I'll be on the hot seat
I
for
sure.
doing it next time.
I did put a link to a sale that I had just today. You were talking about chunky necklaces. Do you see it, or I will pull it up?
No. Oh, the
Oh, that's
link.
awesome.
No, well, I can pull it up.
Oh, there, just now popped up for me.
Oh, there it is.
It's funny how there's like a little lag here. Okay, let me hit the button. Chunky. Oh, you use that fancy word that I can spell but not say.
Which one?
Byzantine?
Yeah. Byzantine.
Yeah, you're talking about it's only gold plated, but it's still sold for $150, and it's just because it's chunky and gold.
It's a
They're
great
still
picture
selling.
too.
Yep,
Great
the pictures look really nice. Yep, I agree.
Thanks.
Good pictures.
Was it marked 10K gold plated? I never can tell still when things are gold plated or not. I don't know the
Me
answer
either.
yet.
I don't think so. I think I tested it.
No, it's really nice. I don't think I've had anything interesting sell recently. A lot of just normal day-to-day sales.
Well, I hope
I
that
have-
I was
Oh,
just
what?
going to say, one of the things, if you're asking what we would like to see is
Yes.
for your class, is I would love to see you both list 3 or 4 pieces of whatever you like and let us see how you take them and put them in the light box, take the photographs, and then how do you do it and how fast it works, because I know you're both fast. And there's something I'm
No,
doing.
I'm not.
Well, Lynn, you put yours up and you do a little bit more, but Kari, I would love to see how you move to see what I'm doing wrong. And also all the like gemstones and the designs, I can't remember all of those. So if you could go through that again, unless I'm the only one who needs to know that. Like
I
like today
I
on the
do.
giveaway, and I can remember them after you say them, but I can't remember them when I'm looking at them. And I know you
I
probably
do have a video that goes through stones and lists them and describes them a little bit. I
great.
mean,
I'll
we
go
could
watch.
link it.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. And I'll go watch it. I'm glad you told me. That's a gorgeous watch.
That
If
is
you have any of
beautiful.
these, every time I pull one of these watches and I list it, which now that
Wow.
Rowdy has been listing watches, I've been putting them up there. They'll sell $150 instantaneously. And you can pick these up for $1 or $2 sometimes. So they'll be in the bottom of the box or in a lot. This one was in a box. So
Does it say
Them are
14 on the
probably
back, or how do
diamonds.
you know? Oh, sorry.
they probably are diamonds. I agree with you. Yeah,
Oh,
this
it's
one was a
okay,
14K.
cool.
Yeah. But if you take these to like a jeweler or whatever, you don't hardly get anything out of it. Like, because they're really only taking off that back piece. So, or, they're not. So while it sounds nice, the whole 14K thing, I'm better off selling it for $150, $160 on eBay, than taking it to the jeweler to get melt price out of it. Because the watches, they really, get a lot. So
I'm going to take this off. Do we still have time? Oh, is it overtime?
you're fine.
I was just going to take this off blur one more time because I have 2 of these that actually I have more than that, but I love this watch. Let's see which way it opens. Here it is. It looks like a bracelet and it opens up and there's your watch. But
I've
it is
seen them. I love them.
I mean, the colors are just fantastic.
It's so
Is
pretty.
that Florenza?
You know what? It looks like it, but it's not marked Florenza. I looked everywhere and I didn't see it on there. I forget the name of the watch. And then here's one that's in pearls.
There is some that are not marked in the early like 40s.
Yeah, I'll have to try to compare that because it does look like Florenza. And, I don't wear these anymore because it's, don't mind my clothing stacked up ready to go. I've been too busy on jewelry. So my clothing got washed and it's standing there ready. Anyway, you can cut me off of center screen because then when you put me on spotlight, you're seeing how really old I look. I need to go like this before you
Oh,
see.
shush.
Oh, shush. That's the truth. Meg, you would
You
look
are
beautiful.
beautiful.
No, Meg, you would look beautiful and you're hiding yourself. And we can't see Chico
Meg's a
Oh,
baby.
next time.
next time. Okay.
Chico was
Anyway.
spotlighting his butthole last night on my call, so that
Yeah,
was
he had
nice.
enough of a debut last night. I turned around for 1 second. I was like, whoa, sorry, everyone.
I was like, wow, Chico, good to see you there,
Like, right
buddy.
there, right there. Yeah. But those watches, those hidden watch face ones, those sell like instantly and for a lot
They
usually.
do. Just use those words, hidden watch
Okay.
face.
Thanks. Yeah, it's and And I don't even remember. I'm like I said, I've had these for years. I don't even know when I got them or anything. But
Are
you
you
don't
gonna
worry
wear
about the
fabulous
battery.
jewelry on the cruise?
Oh, yes. But I've decided I'm not gonna have as many chunky pieces because it's hard to travel with them and I got a lot of stuff to take. So we'll see. I haven't picked out my clothes yet.
Could you have your niece take a picture of you and all your fineries so we can see it when we get back?
I will have to do that.
We will like that. We could have a runway Suzanne show.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody be interested, but maybe you and Lynn.
Well, I would be interested.
Good, love it.
Be fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fun. What can I
And I'm
say?
gonna stop the recording.